What is vRad doing to employ AI to help your radiologists?
Well, we're doing a lot of work. I think the thing to point out is that you can't really do much in AI until you have taken the first step of building a natural language processing engine. With NLP, you can then pull specific reports that are describing the specific pathologies you want to build algorithms for. So once you do that, then you can pull those images from your archives, you can run them through a computed neural network and develop an algorithm to identify that pathology. Then you're able to apply that algorithm to every incoming study. We can use that information to expedite studies that are deemed positive for life-threatening pathologies and bump them to the top of our work list. You can also then use your natural language processing to look at the report the radiologist created and establish whether or not that specific pathology is being described. When we find a discrepancy between the content of the report and the conclusion from the algorithm, we shunt that to a third-party radiologist, a deputized member of our quality assurance committee, to adjudicate and to resolve that issue. And we're very close to real time at this point. So that's how we're currently using it. We take those then disparities and we feed those back into the computed neural network to hone its performance. So that's the basic approach that we're using for AI. The other thing I would add that I think is very important is that we are focused. We are intelligently choosing the pathologies for which we build algorithms. vRad has a very robust QA oversight program. We know exactly what types of pathology are missed and how frequently. We also have 20 years of experience in medical malpractice, right? At our scale, we have a better understanding of what types of studies result in medical malpractice indemnities than most practices could. In fact, I gave a lecture on that at the University of Utah recently, Matt, and the title of that lecture is 137 Years of MedMal Experience, because our 4-year assessment of MedMal cases that had closed is the equivalent for an average practice of 137 years of experience. So we've taken that data that we alone are in possession of. We know what are the most frequently missed things. We know what are the most disastrous things to miss. And we use that data to specifically choose the pathologies we're going after with the process I just described.
How is AI use at vRad likely to change over perhaps the next decade?
Well, I think we're going to be rolling more towards the operational issues, helping to identify specific study characteristics, helping to facilitate their distribution, helping to facilitate the radiologist reporting, things like automated insertion of measurements, automated calculations, say, of an intracranial hemorrhage volume or a right-left ventricle ratio, those sorts of things. The bottom line is this: we have had great success at building pathology-specific algorithms, looking for a single specific pathology. Ultimately, the global diagnostic AI, I think, is a long way off. I think that will ultimately be the accumulation of thousands of single-purpose algorithms. So it is not our goal to do that. It's our goal to find those things that we know are most commonly missed or are most devastating when missed, and to provide a safety net for our radiologists to not miss those things. Ultimately, it is not our goal to build an algorithm that says, aha, this is a case of pulmonary amyloidosis. That is really not on our roadmap. It may be that someone does develop that in the coming 5, 10 years, perhaps, but it's not really our goal. So I see, after locking down the severe life-threatening pathologies, I expect we'll move more into radiologist efficiency and operational advantages from AI.
Interesting. Do you employ your own computer scientists?
We do. We have actually, I think, over 60 software engineers in various realms throughout vRad. We write our own programs for everything: the credentialing and licensing, our financial programs that pay the radiologists, that bill the clients, We have written our own study distribution algorithms, which are patented. We actually hold over 20 patents, most of them for software features and workflow improvements. So we've written all our own programs, and they're all integrated together, and that's really a large part of why vRad is so efficient.